Girl with the Healing Flute. I come from a small village deep in the heart of Africa. We were surrounded by tall trees, red soil, and the soft hum of the wind that moved through the banana leaves at night. We didn't have much, just our farms, our songs, and our faith in the gods that we were told watched over us. But this one isn't about gods or priests. It's about a little girl who changed everything. Her name was Naya. She was maybe 8 or 9 years old the first time I saw her. Tiny thing, thin legs, short curly hair, always barefoot. She used to sit near the old riverbank with a small wooden flute her father carved for her. The sound that came out of that flute, it wasn't like anything we'd ever heard. It was soft, gentle, and almost too beautiful to belong in a place like ours. We used to laugh when she played, calling her the river's child, because the moment she started blowing, even the birds would stop singing. The air would go still, almost listening. At first it was just music. But then, strange things started happening. The first miracle. There was a boy in our village named Cato. He'd been very sick, coughing blood, too weak to walk. His mother had spent everything trying to save him. The priest said it was a curse. Everyone had given up. One evening as the sun was setting, Naya went to visit Cato's mother. We followed her quietly, children being curious as always. She sat beside Cato's mat, placed her flute to her lips and started to play. The sound was different this time. Slower, sadder, but warm. The air felt thick, like something invisible was moving through it. Cato's mother started to cry softly, holding her son's hand. And then, something happened that made my heart almost stop. The boy opened his eyes. Not only that, he sat up. He coughed once, wiped his mouth and asked for food. People screamed. Others ran to call the elders. By the next morning, the whole village had heard the story. Naya's flute had healed him. The gift and the fear. Word spread fast. Soon, sick people from other villages were being carried to ours. Some came with swollen bellies, others with burns or broken bones. Naya never asked for anything. She just sat and played. Her flute sang through the nights and somehow people walked home healed. But not everyone was happy. The village priest, Ojang, started to say Naya's power was not from the gods, that it was from something dark. He said the river spirit had taken her soul and was using her body to trick us. He warned the chief to stop her before the whole village became cursed. At first no one listened. But then, the dreams began. The night whispers. People started hearing things at night. Flute sounds, soft, distant, coming from the forest long after Naya had gone home. Some said they saw shadows moving near the trees when she played. Others said they saw faces in the river, pale faces with open mouths watching her. One night, my uncle, who never believed in spirits, followed the sound. He didn't come back till morning. He said he saw Naya standing by the river, eyes closed, playing her flute, and behind her, the river was moving, swirling like something alive. He said he saw shapes, hands rising from the water, touching her shoulders as if they were blessing her. He swore that when she stopped playing, the hands sank back into the water. He was never the same after that. He stopped eating, stopped laughing. A month later, he disappeared. We found his clothes by the riverbank, folded neatly. The priest's plan. That was when fear took over. The priest gathered the villagers and told them the river spirit had possessed the girl, that every healing came at a cost. He said the spirits demanded souls. And if we didn't act, the next to disappear would be our children. The chief hesitated, but fear is stronger than reason. That night, they went to Naya's hut while she slept. They dragged her out. Her mother screamed and begged them to stop, but they tied Naya's hands and feet. I remember her eyes, wide, confused. She didn't cry. She just kept saying, "I was only playing." They took her to the river. They built a fire, called on the gods, and threw her flute into the flames. When the wood began to burn, the wind started to howl, louder than I had ever heard. The river churned, rising like a storm. Then, before anyone could move, a wave shot out from the river and snatched Naya into the water. The fire went out. The river went quiet. Everyone ran. The river's revenge. For 3 days the village was silent. No birds. No wind. And then people started to fall sick again, worse than before. Not just sickness. Strange things. Voices in the night. Flute sounds echoing from the trees. On the 4th night someone saw her. Naya. Standing in the middle of the river. Her hair floating around her like smoke. Her flute in her hand. She began to play. The sound filled the whole village. It was soft but not the same. It was heavy, angry. And one by one the fires in every hut went out. By morning half the village was gone. The rest fled, leaving everything behind. I was one of those who ran. Years later. It's been over 20 years since that night. The forest has swallowed our village. No one goes near the river anymore. But sometimes when the wind blows right, you can still hear the sound of a flute, far away like it's calling someone. People say Naya still walks by the water, healing those who come with pure hearts, and punishing those who come with fear. I don't know what to believe anymore. But I know this. I once saw her save a dying boy. And I saw her vanish into the same river that took my uncle. If you ever find yourself near a quiet African river at night, and you hear a flute playing softly from the dark, don't follow it. Just listen. And walk away.